Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Chinet, the agentic commerce podcast exploring how brands are building in an AI world. Most fashion startups in India follow a very similar playbook. They target women, mostly women, stay online and chase VC funding, expand distribution. Our today's guest did the opposite. She's a woman building a men only fashion rental brand. She went offline when everyone said go digital. She bootstrapped to profitability when competitors were burning through millions. Because of this, they were also part of Shark Tank a few seasons back. And today, CandidMen operates 6 stores and remains profitable. Shweta is an engineer who worked at Akamai and HSBC before jumping into fashion. She started Candid Knots, serving both men and women, and then pivoted to Candid Men. Today, we're exploring how a technical founder cracked the men's fashion code, why going offline saved the business, and what actually happens after Shark Tank cameras stop rolling. So let's invite Shweta to Chinet. Hello, Shweta. A
Hello.
very warm welcome to Chinet.
Hi, Rajat.
Thank you so much for joining in and for giving our viewers for joining in the podcast. Shweta, let's start with a small introduction to yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Shweta Poddar, founder of CandidMen. I lead India's leading men's rental fashion brand. I started the business around 2015. So I started ideating on the business in 2015 and went live with the product in 2017. So we are a profitable bootstrapped business. We have around 6 stores across 3 cities right now. So I have built my business at the intersection of data, consumer behavior, and fashion.
Amazing. Thank you so much for the introduction. And yeah, wow. So you were actually envisioning, and you said you had the idea in 2015. So 2 years you were basically working on understanding the business. Was that it?
Yes, not really 2 years. So started working on the ideation around November 2015.
Got it.
Right. So basically working on the things to get it live, right?
Right.
So
Correct.
yeah.
Interesting. Uh, uh, so you actually studied computer science engineering, and then you worked at Akamai as an engineer, HSBC in consulting, if I'm not wrong. I myself am a technical founder. I've been a technical person for almost 15 years. I've written I've written code in every possible language. I've guided
Okay.
teams. I've been learning sales and marketing since like 6 months, and it's an interesting journey for sure. But would love to understand from your angle, like what made you jump from being a techie to fashion?
So the fashion problem was actually very personal for me. Like if in
Hmm.
India, like we have a lot of occasions and it demands a lot of variety, like a lot of weddings, and it needs a lot of heavy occasion wear. So these are the type of dresses which you would not repeat a lot of times. Like we asked a lot of our consumers, they would repeat maximum. The most person who has worn an outfit like an expensive outfit has been like 3 times,
Right.
right? Like, and most of the, like, less than 30 percentage of people have utilized it 3 times, and lot more
Hmm.
just one or twice. So spending that much amount of money on just once or twice as an occasion where did not make sense.
Correct.
It looked very inefficient, and also at the same time fashion is the second largest polluter in the world. So
Hmm.
rental solves two problems. It reduces unnecessary spending for our consumers,
Right.
and it also reduces the pressure on manufacturing by utilizing the same outfit multiple times,
Hmm.
right? So for me, this was more of a consumer inefficiency and sustainability problem which I was interested in solving it. So that is why I jumped from corporate world to entrepreneurship.
Very interesting. Uh, and yeah, like I think I did a short stint in the corporate world as well. So I was with
Okay.
Sprinkler, if you've heard of them, for a couple of years, and then yeah, I think for me it was more to find my own calling rather than anything else. It's interesting that in your case, it was a bigger purpose. So
Yes.
2015, from what I understand, you started with personal savings, right? You put in
Yes.
like around 10 lakhs
Yes.
of personal savings.
Yes.
You that time, you did not have any safety net. You did not have a business and I think the concept of rental was also very new, right?
Yes.
So was there a moment where you said that, okay, uh, now this is the time. Uh, what made you feel that, okay, I'm ready to do this?
So, like I have always wanted to build something of my own. So
Mm-hmm.
there's I feel there's a different joy in creating something from scratch, right? So
Right,
now, even now, when I look back, I feel very grateful for where I am right now. So yes, at that point of time when I had started, rental as a concept was growing. So there
right.
were a lot of furniture rental, Rento Mojo,
Correct.
Furlenco, all were coming in this space, right?
Right,
So that is when I had thought कि okay, rental would make sense for fashion also,
right,
right? So that is how the ideation started. And it seemed interesting to me. It seemed like a problem like a lot of people have, right? Why would you spend, like even I had a cousin's wedding, like, and the dress which I wore there, I was very happy and excited about it when I wore it for the first time, but I did not
right.
want to repeat it, right? So it sort of looked like a clear problem that you do not want to wear,
Hmm.
repeat the outfit, but those are
Right.
such expensive outfits for just one time wear.
Correct.
So rental made sense, and that is why I jumped on it. And but I wouldn't say that I did not have a safety net,
Mm-hmm.
because how I see is that I had 3 years of corporate experience before I starting
Right.
this, right? So I always knew I can go back to job
Hmm.
if nothing works out. And uh, and also, like I have a very simpler way of thinking, that if there is nobody else financially dependent on you,
Right.
right, then it is sort of a very easier, lesser risk to take, right? for a
Yes, of
for
course.
a 10 26 year old girl who did not have anybody else financially dependent on her,
Right.
it seemed like it came sort of very natural. It didn't seem
Hmm.
like a very difficult choice at that point
Hmm.
of time.
True, true. I think it's a very interesting thing when you say that you have those years of experience for your safety net.
Yeah.
It's also a learning for our young founders that guys, if you're jumping in, first do, like, work somewhere for a few years. That gives you
Yeah.
the confidence to fail and to try again and to hustle, because otherwise you'll always be scared that, okay, what happens if this shuts, or what happens if we're
Yes, yes.
not able to do it.
And it also sort of gives you a structure, right? Structured
Yes,
thinking, like how does big corporates work,
correct.
right? So you're sort of aligned in, like, how you want your company to go, maybe in
To go.
future,
Right,
once
or
it
how not to
crosses
go,
that.
like it, or yeah, right. Okay, these are the things which I did not like of my job, and this is what I will definitely not do in my own company. So, both the things, but it's important. It's important to have that experience before you decide to jump in the entrepreneurship bandwagon,
Yeah.
because you never know. In your initial idea, usually most of the cases for all successful startups, even businesses, as a matter of fact, conventional businesses, what you start with and what you end up with is very different, right? It's
Yeah,
usually you think
definitely,
of something else,
definitely.
and then you work your way through to customers, talk to people, pivot, change,
Yes,
and then
yes,
you
yes.
land up, okay, this is what actually was needed, right?
Yes.
It actually
But
happened in
I
your case
do.
as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think it happens in most of the cases,
Yes.
because, right, when you start, you sort of have an image of how the industry or the market would be. But when
Correct.
you start working on it, you sort of realize what is the actual picture, and you and you understand what niche works best for you.
Yes. Exactly. And yeah, so would love to, so for our viewers, I know we spoke about it backstage, but would love for our viewers to, you started as Candid Knots, and then you
Yes.
pivoted, which was like for women and men, and then and it's very obvious, right? Like, even when I think I think my wife has spent much more money. I think if she's hearing this, she'll probably kill me, but she spent much more money on clothes than me. So women
Yeah.
makes it's the theoretical obvious choice, and that's how you started, and then you pivoted to only men. Like, how did that
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah. So see, when anybody from a layman terms think of fashion rental, right? They always think it makes more sense to women, right?
Yes,
It's a
of
bigger
course.
problem to solve for women, that you don't want to repeat the outfit,
Right.
right? So I was also with the same mindset, but
Hmm.
luckily I had found got a designer in Bangalore at that
Mm-hmm.
point of time who was only into men's,
Okay.
right? So luckily, I would say very luck that I started both men and women.
Mm-hmm.
But once I started both men and women, I very soon realized through our data and seeing the consumer behavior that men are very logical buyers to the when it comes to clothing,
Okay.
right? But women are very emotional buyers when it comes
Hmm.
to clothing. So because of this, men become early adopters to the concept of renting,
Right.
right? Even women is a very interesting market in
Hmm.
rental, so I wouldn't say ki women is not a good market or anything like
Right.
that, but it's just that for a bootstrapped company like mine, right, I didn't have bandwidth or enough money to build both the segments well.
Hmm.
So I
Correct.
like there was a point where I felt ki, okay, let me do one thing properly instead of trying
Hmm.
to be an average person in overall,
Right.
right? So so that is why I committed fully to men, and tried to
Hmm.
do that well.
Hmm. True, true, true. What ultimately what if your customers are talking to you through however like through orders, like if
Yeah,
you're getting
yeah,
more customers in a certain segment, then it makes
yeah,
sense to start
yeah,
start work,
yes,
working on that. And honestly, this was not a pivot, but this was more of a niche down, right? Like you were still doing the same thing, but you niche down your customer base. You're like, okay, let's only work on
yeah,
a
yeah,
smaller
yeah,
addressable
yeah,
market.
yes,
But
yes.
weren't you like terrified that, or like how did you get the conviction that okay, I'll serve a smaller market, doesn't matter,
Hmm.
I'll leave 80% of the market but serve this 20% of the market well? What gave you the conviction to do that?
See, narrowing our focus actually helped us get our unit economics right.
Hmm.
Right. So, like 2017, we went live. 2018, I decided that we'll do only men, and 2019 was the first year when we actually went profitable. So for
Okay.
us, narrowing this market actually brought more clarity, right?
Wow.
Especially
So
like with an
one
initial.
year before you narrowed down and you became profitable.
Yes, yes. Especially like, the total investment in the company was just 10 lakhs of capital,
Right.
right? So I just feel that women market can be cracked, right? But it's just that it has to be cracked with a faster rotatable cycles,
Hmm.
right? So like, when we probably become little bit more bigger, we want to explore women again,
Right.
right? At that point of time, we would have money and bandwidth to rotate it faster.
Right, right. That's true. Like you need a bigger war chest to start
Yes,
addressing a bigger market.
yes,
That's for sure there.
yes,
But you
yes.
feel like have you been in rooms where uh, people have asked, or you have felt that I'm a woman founder building a men's brand. Like, is it a good thing or a bad thing for you? Like, how what has it been?
No, I think it's a strength, right? If even if you see, women generally also influence a lot of fashion decision for men in their lives, right?
Of course,
Women
yes,
is mostly who is making that fashion choice for their
correct.
father, brother, and husband or
Of
partner,
course.
boyfriend, whatever. So, so like I feel it's not
Hmm.
something different that a woman is doing men's segment. I
True, actually,
feel
you're
that
very right. Like, I think from the time I've been married, I think all my fashion decisions have been forcibly taken away from me and
okay.
been taken to by my wife.
For
Before
your
that,
own good,
yes,
for
for
your
my own
own
good,
good,
yes, of
Rachit.
course.
Yeah.
100%. And now, if I look back at my college photos and initial photos, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that it was a very good thing. And you actually
Yeah.
never know. Maybe even for candid men, right? There might be a lot of partners, or a lot of women shopping for
Yes,
their
yes,
friends or family.
yes, that happens. So every city is different that way, right?
Oh, interesting. Right.
We are present in Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Delhi. So I see
Right.
a lot of mothers shopping for men in Delhi, right? So
Okay.
that is not something a pattern which we see in Bangalore or Hyderabad.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah,
very interesting insights.
yeah,
Right. And yeah, like since you said, you have presence you have physical stores. And I
yes,
think, if I'm not wrong, you started online and then you moved to physical stores, right?
yes.
And was that like how, take me through that decision? Like, what made you do the first store, and then like how is it now?
Yeah. So like we started with from an engineering background, it obviously makes
Of
sense to start
course,
only online,
technology
right? You do
first.
not think
Yes,
about retail space at all. So that was
absolutely.
my thinking as well, to do it online. But slowly, like from consumer feedback and seeing how like consumers are behaving, we realized that this is sort of a business which would need some physical presence,
Right.
right? Because matlab that time I had also realized that when I had started, right, in around those years, Mintra's or average order value was less than 1,000 rupees.
Mm.
And even now, like if you see these type of Ajio, Mintra, all these platforms, their average order value is 3,000 rupees in fashion,
Okay, right.
right? So online works well, but online works well for lower ticket value products,
Correct.
right? For a product which is heavy embroidery and all these type of products, people still shop through showrooms only,
Physical stores, right.
right? So for our business, though the amount which products are customers are paying are 10 percentage of the MRP, but the product itself is heavier, uh,
Right.
MRP product, and people are wearing for those specific events, right? So in rental, people want to feel, tr- touch and see how the fabric is,
Of
because for
course.
them, right, when they think it's rental, right, so they want a surety when they see that how the quality of the product is, how the
Right.
fabric is. So that builds sort of a trust for them, right? So for a rental space is to build that kind of trust, to build that kind of assurance in the customer that the quality is good, what you're getting is, so physical store was the need of the hour. So
Right.
right now also we are not just physical store. We still have a website running. We get around uh, 20% of orders through our website. So what pattern what we have seen is a customer who has already visited us a certain number of times, right, once or twice, then that type of customer is more comfortable next time ordering it online as well, because now they know how the quality is, how the things will come, right? And also we have their sizes in our system, because that's also a common thing we have seen that Indian men do not know about their size,
Of course.
except for
Yes.
their waist size and height. Most
Right.
people get their t-shirt size also wrong, shirt size also
Right.
wrong, right? So if we have once the size of this is in our system, so people are comfortable ordering it online as well.
Correct. Interesting. And in you said 20% of your orders are still online. And in offline, like what's the division between cities and what's the what do the economics look like?
So like we started, we are a Bangalore based brand.
Right.
So we have been longest been in Bangalore, right? So because of that, like a lot of word of mouth is also there in Bangalore. So Bangalore does really well for us. The our
Right.
top performer is Bangalore. And Delhi is a very good market again, because it's been around 2 years for us in Delhi, but Delhi has been good for us because again Delhi is a huge wedding market,
Yes, of
right?
course.
And people there, the culture is they want to wear different looks, they want to wear like louder, shinier, brighter pieces for every event. So that also works. Like among all the three cities, I would say Hyderabad is a bit lowest for us.
Okay, interesting. And yeah, Bangalore, Delhi are good markets.
Yeah,
Hyderabad. That's
yeah.
strange because Hyderabad also has, I think they have a good wedding ecosystem.
Yeah, they have a good wedding market, right? But comparatively, they are less. I wouldn't say they are less in general, but relatively, compared to Delhi and Bangalore,
Hmm.
they are less. And also, like, I feel like we have right now three stores in Bangalore and two
Okay.
stores in Delhi,
Mm-hmm.
right? So as my stores are increasing, also, like, the number of people going to each store is also increasing. We have only one in
Hmm.
Hyderabad, so that
Right.
also makes sort of a difference, that there's more word out there in the city about the
Correct.
company.
Right. Yeah. That of course that takes it takes some time, right? It takes some time
Yeah,
and capital,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
And and of course these are capital intensive stores, right? So and you said you're data backed. So how do you like what data points do you guys get and what KPIs? Like what how do you decide how to open and where to open your next store? Is there
So we see like website traffic key, like because we have an online platform, and like a lot of people from other cities also where we are not present keep checking out, because like people say, people generally like our collection, right? We get a
right?
lot of feedback from other places also that please open in our city. So
Oh
we sort
wow.
of track that data, that how many people are coming to our website from which particular city, what is the top
Hmm.
performing. So based on that only we had decided to open Hyderabad and Delhi as well. And we also see search intent for our industry specific keywords, uh, which cities or which areas in India is hitting that particular search intent more,
Got it.
right? And also see like what is the wedding density by
Hmm.
city. So these are the few things which we use to understand
Right.
where should we open. And
Hmm.
internally we have come up with a benchmark that if Manyavar has X number of stores in a particular city,
Then
we
you
can we can
try.
open at least X by 10.
Right.
Like safely we can assume that we can open X by 10. So just for example, that Bangalore, Manyavar Bangalore has around 60 stores. So we are
Hmm.
safely assuming that CandidMen can survive at least 6 stores well
Hmm.
in Bangalore. So
Right.
we next month we'll be opening our fourth store in Bangalore.
Wow. Amazing. And where all, in which all areas are you guys there in Bangalore?
Jayanagar, Indranagar, RT Nagar, and now we'll be coming to Vijayanagar as well.
Amazing.
So basically
Amazing.
north, south, east, west of
Everywhere
Bangalore.
you've covered,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've stayed in Jayanagar for quite some
Okay,
time, but
okay,
this was back in the day. So,
okay.
but yeah, like good. I think that's you've basically covering the whole city, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
with rentals, of course, there's always issues like people would take some products then not return it, so there's some fraud, there's some theft. With online there's like problem with returns. How do you
Yeah.
manage, or like how is that
So
managed?
we collect deposit from customer.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't collect a huge amount of deposit because we have seen that when you collect huge amount of deposit, that reduces people ordering as well, right? Because they
Right.
don't want a huge chunk of their amount to be blocked.
Correct.
So we have a simple policy that if your rental is 1,000 rupees, your deposit will be an extra 1,000,
Okay.
not more. So
The
we
same
take
amount.
exactly same as rental amount. You pay
Right.
double, and when you return the dress, you get half the money back.
Got it.
And also we collect ID proofs of customers. We take a screenshot against each order, right? So
Right.
deters uh, that sort of deters fraud for us. Like our
Hmm.
fraud percentage is even less than
Oh
1%.
wow,
So yeah,
that's fine,
yeah,
that's pretty good then.
yeah,
And you've also then managed to get the right customers. Also, if
yeah.
your fraud is so low, and like with online, like how do the returns and all get managed? Like I'm sure there must be, because these are like also expensive things, right? So
Yeah,
is there?
so like when I had not started the showroom, right? When I
Mm-hmm.
was still like like just allowing people like, so there was a phase in CandidMen, right?
Mm-hmm.
First we were only online only model, and before jumping into a completely opening proper showrooms, we had just set up few trial rooms in our Bangalore office, and we're
Right.
allowing customers to come and trial it just to test out the model, if
If it's
if
working
we'll
or
be
not.
able to make it profitable when we go showroom model, right?
Right.
Because when we were doing only online, we were not doing that great sales numbers, right?
Right.
So we were not sure if this industry is going to work out or how it is going to be. So so till that time I was doing delivery,
Mm-hmm.
right? Till 2019 I was doing delivery. 2020 and 2021 was COVID year anyway.
Right.
So 2022 was the year we started showrooms.
Hmm.
So after a year of showroom I stopped doing delivery. So now
Okay.
because it's sort of, I feel like I cannot be like everything for
Of course.
everybody, right?
Right.
So for our model is very simple, that you order it online, you pick it up, or
Okay.
you pick
Got
it
it.
through Porter, Dunzo. There are so many services now,
Right.
right? You pick at your convenient time and you return it through Porter, Dunzo, any of your service
Got
at
it.
your convenient time. So we don't want that hassle of sending it and collecting it, because running
Hmm.
a matlab, cost effectiveness of running a showroom plus providing that delivery service is very
Right.
difficult, because
Very
delivery
difficult.
service is not just about a guy coming and going, that delivery cost. It's also about having more people who would coordinate that delivery,
Yes.
coordinate with you the timing of the delivery.
Right.
So it was not very cost effective to do both.
Hmm. And also then, like you're then, like since your most customer base is also on the places where you have stores, then it also,
Yeah, yeah.
you don't have to, then like you don't have to worry about national and domestic and like
Yeah, yeah.
things
So,
going.
so ours is simpler. Like a lot of other rental platforms do ship it across
Yes,
cities,
right.
right? So we don't do that. We have kept our business like as simple as possible. That
Hmm.
if, like, even if you want delivery in Bangalore,
Mm-hmm.
you have to, like, we have Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad options to select as city in our website. So you get a collection from Bangalore only delivered to you.
Hmm.
And if you're in Hyderabad, you get a collection from Hyderabad only
Hyderabad,
delivered to you. You
right.
do not get cross city delivery because that is again another level of another layer, and it makes it a lot more complicated.
Of course,
Yeah,
yes. These are these are things which only once you're in the business and you've done
yeah,
so much, then you understand that keeping things simple is so important. That is
yes,
for our viewers as well, that whatever you're building, it does not need to be complex. It does not need to be
yeah,
something. At the more simple you can build things, processes, pipelines, offerings, the better it is. And that's
yeah.
how you make yourself more
That is
profitable.
true.
So the other day also, like I was talking to another Shark Tank brand, and they were talking about how, so they do food and they have a lot of different units, right? So they were saying that earlier they was on their website, they had this where someone could select a box of different units, like 10
Okay.
different things, and then order that, right? And then they had the pre-packed thing, like pack of 5, pack of 10, where they decided that okay, these 5 things will be here, these 10 things. So they were like that we had to shut that 10, that build your own box sort of a thing, because
Hmm.
of the sheer complexity, right? As a user you will not even
Hmm.
think that acha, there must be, there must be something. But
Yeah,
as if you have 20 orders and they're all 20 different orders with different
yeah,
packaging, so the mess that would create, the operational mess,
yeah.
something like that can create.
Yeah, and also it's like easier to scale if you keep it simple.
Yes,
Like if
exactly.
you keep it, like if it's very complicated, then it gets more difficult to scale.
Hmm. Right. uh, Very interesting. And in your case, like, how was your Shark Tank experience?
Shark Tank experience was really good, right? So, like for me, building this company journey has been sort of quite difficult because this industry, rental fashion in
Hmm.
general, sort of had a taboo, right? So it
Of
took some
course.
time for people to accept it, for people to understand, because when they thought about rental, right? So there's
Right.
an image that the store has to be outdated, the
Hmm.
collection would be outdated,
Right.
but to understand that there are more companies who are trying to build it in a better way, right? Build it for
Right.
the future. So it took some time for customers to grasp that, right? So like I said, I started it in 2017 and made it
Right.
profitable in 2019, right? So and I was very excited that I'm going to scale it after this. But
Yes.
2020 happened,
Oh God.
2021 again it went in that. So 2022 is when I again started to, right, push it.
Hmm.
So the journey has been very difficult, and for me it has always been about so much hustle. But when I went to
Hmm.
Shark Tank, the judges sort of appreciated it. S like they sort of said, okay, the execution has been very good, so that sort of gave a kind of validation which I didn't knew that I ever needed, or
Right.
never, I had never stopped back to pat my back. So like that was sort of a very humbling experience, and like I sort of, it was very kind. I felt like it was nice for me, like. And also
Right.
one of the moment which was not telecasted, um, Anupam Mittal just got up of his seat and said, "I just want to shake your hand
Wow.
because what you have done is really
Because
great." So that
right.
was very like kind, and I felt it felt very meaningful to me at
Right.
that moment. Yeah.
Right. And it gives you a lot of validation for all the struggle you've done to break into an
Yes.
industry, to break into
Yes.
something. Right.
Yes.
And how did you survive COVID? Like that's like no weddings, right? No weddings for 2 years.
Yeah, that was a crazy difficult time. So we did lot of. So what had happened, that I had just started to expand. Like
Right.
we had February, I think everything closed down in February or March
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah. I think it
Around
was end of Feb.
Yeah,
Everything
Feb
shut down.
2020, and January I had just signed an agreement to move to a bigger, to a proper showroom, from
Oh
that
God.
office to showroom setup.
Right.
But that owner was kind enough. He sort of gave me back my advance
Hmm.
amount. So I sort of shifted all my products in my house,
Oh God.
and we started a new system at that point of time called pre-loved sale,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because weddings were not there, so nobody was interested in rental.
Of course.
But
Right.
it's we started like, these are the suits which has gone these number of times, and now we are open to selling it. And like,
Right.
used to take full videos of the product to show if there's any tear or small anything wrong or anything, even the smallest thing,
Right.
we would show it properly in the video so that the audience knows what they are getting it. So that's how we made ends meet around that time. And
Wow.
also, like, a lot of staff adjusted, like, they adjusted with, we told that we'll give you half salary now, and
Correct.
once we open, right, and if you're still working with us post six
Hmm.
months, when things start moving well, we'll
Hmm.
pay you the balance which we were not able to pay
Hmm.
you now. So that how
Right.
we sustain staff. And through
Hmm.
this pre-loved sale, we sustain some money for our company. And that pre-loved
Wow.
sale is still in place right now. After a certain number of rentals, we move out the collection and sell
Too
it out to the
pre-loved.
customer, yeah, at
Hmm.
a very nominal price.
Hmm. So this pre-loved is domestic, or this is also again in store within those cities?
Yeah, yeah. With
Only within
pre-loved, we
those.
try to do it stores only. We
Only
don't
in
even want to
stores.
do it
Right.
online because,
Okay. Got
uh,
it.
yeah, rental is still a bit easier. Pre-loved, then it
Is
is
even.
easier. Like, you come and see and then make the
Hmm.
difference. Because now
Correct.
again, at that point of time, we had a lot of time to create video of each product and share it.
Right.
Now at this scale, we do not
Of
want to create
course.
videos of each
Right.
product and share it.
Yes. Yes. That
Mm.
itself is a difficult task to have videos
Yeah,
of every product. Yeah.
yeah.
So my wife had a. She used to. We were in Bangalore also during that time, and COVID. So she used to take workshops for children. She used to take STEM workshops for children,
Okay,
and then she started moving into products. The products started doing really well. This was
okay.
2019, and the company was called Spark Club. And I used to help her just like by on the side, and her products started doing really well. They were going off like, and this was all through organic. Through the parents whom she was taking workshops for,
Okay,
and they used to just buy those stem kits and all of that. Like now there are flinto box and all of those things. That time she was doing them very specifically for children. And so
okay,
then she's like, okay, I can get into it. And then she called, she did like a big manufacturing order and got everything made, and all that shipment landed and COVID hit.
oh,
So
oh,
we had like pallets of these big boxes. I remember, I
yeah,
think, and we had taken up a small warehouse, but then COVID hit, and we were like, okay, we don't have money for the warehouse, so we had to give away that warehouse. And as you said, I remember moving all those big pallets into our two-bedroom apartment, and one bedroom and our drawing room was filled with those boxes. And
wow,
but yeah, like it was tough. So unfortunately, the startup could not scale
okay,
because of because we were drenched in debt. But yeah, the experience,
mm. I
it's
think
it's amazing.
COVID killed
Yes,
a lot of business. I
killed a
think we
lot
were
of
too,
businesses, made a lot of businesses.
yeah, made a lot of business as well.
Right.
I think we were too small at that point of time that we survived. I feel,
Hmm.
right, if that longer period of lull comes into our lives now at the scale what we
Hmm.
are, I think it would be a lot more difficult to sustain
Difficult.
ourselves than it was
Right.
at that point of time.
Right, right, right. No, sometimes that's right. I think sometimes not being very big and not being at a
Yeah,
certain scale is also beneficial. So
helpful.
yeah, but great. It's like your the hustle you've gone through is superb. It's
Yes,
is
yes.
amazing. And in general, if there are some fashion founders who are aspiring to be in Shark Tank, like, so what would you recommend? Like, what's the process before? What do they need to do to be able to appear and to be able to get through the interviews and um, you know,
So I think Shark Tank, like, they start their or like forms. They take out forms where you just have to fill about your company,
right?
and there's like four or five rounds. Like, I think two written form rounds. then you have one video audition round,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have one in-person audition, and then finally you go on to the Shark Tank. So it is fairly simple. I think if your fundamentals are right, like of your business, I think then it is fairly simple. See,
Hmm.
and like maybe like because see fashion rental as such as a business was little unique as a concept, right?
Correct.
So it was easier for us to get in. Like if your business is like if your business is a little bit different, which has not come into the tank before, they
Right.
are more interested in getting that, because
Hmm.
that is sort
Correct.
of like an interesting thing to come before, right? If your business is like something which has come on the tank before also, right? So that sort of makes them probably not to choose, or if it is one of those very similar traditional businesses, probably not to choose.
Hmm. Right. So it needs to, yeah. If it's something different, then you have a
Better, yeah,
better
better chances,
chance of getting
definitely.
in.
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes.
Amazing. So there's a community question. Um, Kirti is asking, what's your advice for other founders looking to tackle an industry where they might not be the typical fit? So I think that comes from you being an engineer and getting into the fashion industry. So what is your advice if there's someone who's trying to get into a very different industry, in which they don't have experience?
uh, like easier would be probably joining as a matlab, job in that industry. Like you take a job in a relevant company where like you learn from them, right? That would be the, I think, easiest way to go about. But
Hmm.
or else like just starting like understanding, thinking like what would be the smallest point to start, right? Just doing that much work initially and then seeing how it grows, because then you would learn and know better.
Hmm. Right, right. Yeah, that's. I think that's a solid way to go about. Like if you want to break into an industry, get a job in that industry, then
Yeah,
learn from someone else's. Get paid for learning,
yeah.
and then move ahead. Although right now, I don't know how hard or easy it is to get a job. I think the market has is become very difficult for our job seeker friends,
Okay.
but yeah, but it's a if you can, then I think that's the best way to do it, right? You learn
Yeah.
a lot when working for someone else, and it's not always.
Yeah, or else you can just study like who all are the people in that industry, and
Yes,
what all are they doing,
right,
and what is working for them,
for them,
right? And
yes.
where is the gap, like in that particular industry where people are not doing anything.
Correct, correct, yes. And Soumya is sending her regards and admiration. And Vaibhav is asking that how does the booking process work, and how do you ensure users use the clothes properly? Yeah, that's a good question. Like when you're getting a return, what's the process? Like how do you make sure that it's not been damaged or
Yeah, so
um,
booking process, like either you can walk into any of our 6 showrooms, trial, and then finalize the outfit and book it.
right?
You can either take it for the same day, or you can book it for advance, like in future booking also, and we can get that order packed. Or you can order it through our website. Our entire collection range of every city, every single piece is listed on our website. Actually, interestingly, even if you come to the showroom, the final booking happens on our website only, because we,
Oh, wow.
as a rental platform, need one place where the
Hmm.
entire database of the collection is maintained, that this is moved out. Like suppose in a particular style, in a particular size, I have only 2 pieces, right? So I shouldn't allow same coinciding date for third person to book, right?
Correct.
So
Absolutely.
both the website and the showroom, wherever you come, finally we make you book in the website only.
Hmm.
And about ensuring how the clothes get handled properly by the customer, again we charge deposit from the customer, which
Right.
gets returned back when they return the dress, right? Fairly people use it well only, like
Right.
right, even like mostly we have had a very less problems of issues or damages. Nobody is trying to
Hmm.
damage anything on purpose. So see,
Correct.
if a stitch has opened, or if there is any stain which has come on the product. So
Right.
every time the product comes back to us, we give it for dry cleaning process.
Hmm.
So anything that can be corrected, right, that has not rendered the product completely damaged, we will not charge the user.
Hmm.
So if
Correct.
even if you have put a stain on the product and if it is going away in the dry cleaning, so that's
Right.
fine. So that's not a problem. Even if a stitch has opened and that can be stitched back, that's
Hmm.
fine. That's not a problem at all. We don't even communicate. We say we'll
Right.
just correct it and keep it back in our stock and refund you your
Got
full
it.
amount. Right?
Right.
But just in cases like, suppose you have burnt the dress,
Hmm.
or the dress
Right.
has been torn from a place where there was no stitch, right? It's
Hmm.
been just torn, right?
Right.
So only in that case you won't get your deposit back. That is very
Hmm.
rare, like very,
Right.
very rare.
Hmm. And have
But
you thought of
Mumbai,
Mumbai as a city to expand into?
yeah, definitely. Mumbai obviously is a fashion capital of our country. So
Right.
Mumbai is something which we definitely want to go. Let's
Right.
see in probably 1 year term.
Amazing. Yeah. Superb. Superb. So so my wife is from Mumbai. We're mostly,
Okay,
we're going for a wedding to Mumbai very soon.
okay,
So
okay,
yeah.
nice.
But yeah. Um, Interesting. Amazing, Shweta. Thank you. It's,
Yeah,
for all your insights. I have one final question for you.
sure.
That if there's an engineer who came to you today,
Mm-hmm.
a techie, saying that, okay, I want to start a fashion brand, what is one piece of advice that you would give her, which you think that no one else would give her, or which goes against the conventional gurus' guidance?
So, like for me, I feel fashion is not just about selling, right?
Hmm.
Like
Right.
right now at this day and age, we should take take it as a responsibility also. We should always now as any budding entrepreneur or as an existing entrepreneur, we should always think about the end loop of our product also, right? If at this age also we do not think about sustainability and utilization, then we are only adding to the problem, right? So like I would always advise that keep that also in mind when you're starting anything, not just fashion.
Sorry, I was muted.
Yeah,
But yeah, rightly said. As an engineer, we usually
yeah,
think product first, right? We're like, okay, this will be our product, and this is what we'll build. This is how we'll build it. We
yeah,
forget that sales is one of the most important things, and if you're not able to sell whatever you're doing, then half of it will not work. And if half of your if out of four, two of your wheels are not working, then as it is, as it is, your company would not work. And yeah, you're true. And yeah, thank you so much for that advice. I
yeah, thank
completely
you.
agree with it. That has been my experience as well. Wherever I have failed, it's mostly been not because of the product. It's mostly been because we were not able to sell it, right? Not sell it in the best way which we would want to. Wonderful. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
I hope
thank
you
you.
have enjoyed this podcast as much as I
Yeah,
did.
definitely, it was really nice talking to you, Rachit.
Same here. For all
Yeah,
our listeners, that was Shweta Poddar. She's the founder of CandidMen, India's only men's fashion rental platform. They're right now live in Delhi, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. If you've enjoyed this conversation, please subscribe to Chinet wherever you listen to podcasts. We drop new episodes every other day, exploring how brands are building in an AI world. Thank you. This is Rachit Magan. Thank you for
yeah,
listening. See you at the next episode. Thanks, Shweta. Thank you once
thank
more
you.
for your
Thanks
time.
a lot.